Sinubukang pigilan, pilit na pinatatahimik, ginawang kontrabida sa sariling bayan. Pero hindi matitinag ang isang Rodrigo Roa Duterte na tapat sa kanyang pangako. At hindi maikakaila na hindi na kailanman mawawala ang mga alaala ng kanyang mga nagawa para sa Pilipinas. Si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte, minahal ng kanyang mga taga-suporta dahil sa kanyang tapang at malasakit. Sa loob ng 6 na taon, itinaguyod ng kanyang administrasyon ang isang gobyernong para sa tao, isang Pilipinas na mas ligtas, mas maunlad at mas may respeto sa batas. Ngunit hindi lang infrastruktura ang itinayo, kundi isang pundasyon ng isang bansang may kakayahang ipagtanggol ang sarili.
We will make a few years the golden age of infrastructure in the Philippines. We are going to build and build. By the end of my term, I hope and pray to hand over an economy that is much stronger, characterized by solid growth, low and stable inflation, dollar reserves, and robust fiscal position. I will leave the Philippines with a very strong military.
I hereby declare Marawi City liberated from the terrorist influence that marks the beginning of rehabilitation.
I have said before, as you perform your duties according to the rule of law, I will take care of your needs.
Itong NPA, tutudasin ko talaga sila, tatapusin ko. The talks are over. No more talks. And I will go after the legal funds.
No peace talks can ever succeed under me or under any other president if you do not stop attacking government forces and even civilian leaders.
Law and order means we have to destroy, not really fight, but destroy the Communist Party of the Philippines.
Tahasan ding binangga ni Duterte ang mga oligarko at mga mananamantala sa bansa.
Kayong nasanaya, pag may tanim pa dyan, lahat kayo alis.
Kaya ako mamatay, mahulog yung eroplano, I am very happy. Alam mo bakit? Sabi ko, without declaring martial law, I dismantled the oligarchy that controlled the economy of the Filipino people. Without declaring martial law, sinira ko yung mga tao na humahawak sa ekonomiya at umiipit. At hindi nagbabayad. They take advantage sa kanilang political power.
Itong Pilipinas, ito para lang sa mga taong naghirap. Kayo ang protektahan ko. Yung mga mayaman, talagang kalaban ko yan.
Nagkaroon ng isang lider na tumindig laban sa dikta ng dayuhan at itinaguyod ang isang independent foreign policy.
The Philippines will pursue an independent foreign policy.
Gone are the days when the Philippines decides and acts in the shadows of the great powers. We may need your help, but we will not do it at the expense of the dignity of the Philippines.
Ngunit ang naging matunog sa lahat, ang kampanya laban sa iligal na droga.
That I am committed to stop drugs.
We will eliminate the drug lords once and for all. We have to stop this practice sa Bilibid. Bitawan na ninyo yan o kainin na ninyo ngayon ang supply ninyo. Kung hindi ako na presidente, hindi talaga ninyo malaman ang totoo. Because even I myself, when the reality was there, when I became president, started to squeeze everybody, then you saw the hundreds of thousands surrendering to the police. I was really horrified.
Dahil sa kanyang matibay na paninindigan, siya ay naging target ng matinding panghuhusga at panunuya mula sa loob at labas ng bansa. Ngunit hindi siya natinag, hindi siya umurong. Sapagkat para sa kanya, ang tunay na lider ay hindi nasusukat sa papuri, kundi sa pagtupad sa pangako sa bayan.
So I do not expect the human rights, I do not expect Obama, I do not expect the EU to understand me. Do not understand me. And if you think it is high time for you guys to withdraw your assistance, go ahead. We will not beg for it.
Your concern is human rights. Mine is human lives.
In the first place, why are you interfering in the affairs of my country and other countries? And who gave you the authority? By what divine law gave you the authority to prosecute me in a foreign land? You must be crazy.
We will never compromise our dignity as a Filipino.
May I address again to the Philippines. Ako po'y nagdodoble ang pagod para sa inyo, para sa kapakanan ng bayan. Seryoso po ako. In this quest, I will put at stake my honor, my life, and the presidency itself.
A warrant of arrest. So, you will just have to kill me. Kung hindi ako papayag, kung kakampi ka dyan sa mga puti.
You would allow it to be brought to a body of which we are no longer a member. Isa yan. Kaya sabihin mo dyan sa sabi ni Mayor, kindly ponder on this directly. That is kidnapping. That is kidnapping.
I'm waiting for my daughter and son.
Just invoke Article 59. Bakit hindi yan magawa-gawa?
Maghawakan yung lawyer. Maghawakan. Akin na yung anak ko. Akin na yung anak ko. Akin na.
We can do this the hard way. We can do this easy. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right for an attorney. If you can afford an attorney will be according to you. Do you understand this right? Yes, sir. You are under arrest for obstruction of justice, 8 and 29, sir. Let's go. Okay. Posas, please. Posas.
Sinabi ko na, I will protect you and ako ang managot sa lahat. This will be a long legal proceedings. But I say to you, I will continue to serve the country and so be it. Kung gano'n ang destiny ko. Salamat.
Sinubukang pigilan, pilit na pinatatahimik, ginawang kontrabida sa sariling bayan matapos ang kanyang termino bilang Pangulo. Isang bagay ang hindi kailanman nagbago. Hindi siya nagpatinag sa kahit kanino. Isang lider na hindi umatras sa laban. Kahit pa ito'y magdala ng matinding galit mula sa mga makapangyarihan. Dito man o sa labas ng bansa. Para sa mga Pilipino, ang legasiya ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte ay mananatili.